Okay, so we have an outlap plus 3. I put the bias more forward than I typically do. This whole section right here, if you were to get on the brakes too abruptly, you would spin the car. And it's like when the bias was in its standard location, which I think is 49 in this car. And you can see I'm having trouble getting traction here through these corners, but I'm just lifting and coasting for the most part. Maybe short shifting through here on these cold tires, giving nice smooth inputs, nothing too quick and jerky. It's very important on cold tires to be very smooth with your inputs, especially on, what is it, 130, 160, whatever that fast left-hander is at Suzuka. It's very sketchy on cold tires anyways, and even when the tires got up to temperature, it still didn't feel that great. But you'll just see I'm kind of slowly building up pace and trust in what the tires are going to allow me to do, because the last thing you want to do is ruin your race too early because you were too aggressive. So just be calm and smooth with your inputs. Don't try to overdo it. Here I'm lifting and I would downshift, and actually I noticed, I think it was my second or my first flyer, I found that fifth gear wasn't actually the gear to be in because it changed the balance of the car. It would put more weight forward, so I would stick to sixth to keep it more compliant through that corner because the rear end still felt like it wanted to loop out. But here's the first flyer. You're going to see I'm still braking early, not too hard, just getting the car. I went a little wide there, just trying to get the car feel what it's going to do. Trying to learn this new tire model as best I can so I can relay information to y'all. Still here, I'm not being very aggressive, mostly just lifting and coasting. Slight brake application. I guess I could put on this. That would probably be best. So you can see what I'm actually doing input-wise. Might have been helpful on the outlap too, but we are where we are, and we're just going to keep going. So just very smooth, slow. I'm to power pretty quick at certain points when I know the tires aren't going to spin. Just nice, smooth. Let the tires build heat up naturally. Don't try to force heat into them. It's the long sweeping corners with the change in the aero, I think, might be the biggest factor that might start to throw some people out. Especially on cold tires, you can't just chunk the car in when you want to and expect the car to comply with your input. You got to have a healthy respect for these tires now. When they get up to temperature, they're going to be fine, but up until that point, see here, just I felt the rear end kind of play around, so I think it was after this point I stuck to sixth. But yeah, the tires, when they're up to temperature, they really do feel great. Your low speed inputs, the car just the feedback it gives you is so good. I feel the car brakes better. The car handles bumps better. It gives you better feedback through bumps and over rumble strips, and just the vibrations you feel, the sidewall. Yeah, now you can actually feel the sidewall flex. Like it's weird to explain it. It feels like there's actual flex in the sidewall as opposed to just this stiff tire that is going to give you grip up to a certain point and then it's no longer there, like an on-off switch. So I think it's a step in the right direction, and I actually do love that these tires are starting cold and you have to build up heat into them, because that's how it is in real life. I can't tell you how many times I've been at the track and coaches told people, hey, be gentle with these tires your first few laps, and they go out there and they wreck lap 1 because they're so used to street tires and just pushing. I mean, cold slicks are slick. they're not just grippy right out of the bat. You got to build heat into them, especially different compounds and different types of tires. So I really love this move. But yeah, just slowly building up some progression on some of these corners, just to feel where I can push. I still don't feel this turn up here. I haven't quite figured it out on this tire model. I felt like I left some room on the table. Felt like I don't need to brake, but at the same time I felt like I did, because the first couple outlaps I didn't even complete because I just spun there. Granted, that was on cold tires, and I only had 3 flyers building in heat, and I think the optimal tire is like at 5 or 6 laps from what I heard somewhere else. So this would be upcoming is the fastest lap. Well, obviously it's the last lap, but you can tell just time is being taken off as these tires are coming into temperature. And I feel like if I'd have kept going, I probably could have dropped some more time off that. So the cars are faster, just based off the tires alone, because these high speed bits I wasn't nailing, because I wasn't still not comfortable with the high speed aero on the car yet compared to the last model. But I mean, that'll get there. It's just time with the car and learning what it's capable of doing. But it is definitely a step in the right direction. Just pushing more, taking curbs much better, I feel like. The entrance to that corner, I think I did this track. I think I did a few laps previous tire model a few months ago, and I think the best I did was like a 59.4 maybe. So my second flyer matched that, and my third flyer bested that, 58.7. Obviously, you know, the more time we spend in these cars, we're just going to get faster. But it is going to be like, what are we going to do as far as quali? Are we going to stick to that 10-minute time frame? And if that's the case, you better be careful on your outlap and your first flyer. Make sure to prioritize getting heat in the tires. That should be your main goal, is prioritize getting heat in the tires, because if you don't and you wreck and you have to get back out, you have to go back to pit and restart, you're probably going to be out of time and you may not even get a flyer. So I don't think there's going to be an availability for any mess ups in qualifying unless we increase the time. So that's a short 4-lap outlap plus 3 video, just to show the tires, them warming up, them becoming more compliant, the pace picking up. It is a natural progression, just like you would see in real life, which is great to see. Big things for iRacing right now, and I'm excited to see what you boys do out on the track.